Good morning, everybody. This is your Master Cleric Van again, and as promised you, I haven't really been able to make videos lately. I've been traveling, and there's just so many things happening in my life right now. You wouldn't believe it. As you can see, pardon the voice. The voice is kind of weird because I have cold and cough right now. But don't worry, it's not the coronavirus type of cold and cough, okay? Anyway, today, as I promised you folks, we're going to be continuing to explore skill combos for clerics. We've got a few cleric subscribers, a lot of cleric subscribers. And, well, for non-clerics, this will be pretty useful also, so you can, maybe guide your teammates, cleric teammates, if you have a few, so you can guide them as to what to probably do. Okay, so let's get back in here. So as what I told you before, I use the attack roll here for my PvP, okay, and I use the defensive roll for PvE. Now there's a good reason for this, and I want to highlight this to you, okay, because the cleric's PvE defensive role enables you to have not one but two chances of immortality. Okay, let me repeat that again. The defensive role for cleric PvP or PvE, I mean the defensive role skill, enables the clerics to actually have not one but two chances of immortality. And let me show you that here, okay? The first immortality is this defensive roll, Immortality Bless. And, the Immortality Bless is also present on the attack roll here, Immortality Power, which grants the cleric, basically immortality for 6.6 seconds, okay? On the defensive roll, it's somewhat the same. It grants them 6.6 seconds plus cooldown, okay? Cooldowns are very useful for PvEs, because as a tank, since you're a tank, your main goal is to keep the aggro to you, okay, so that your hitters can hit your bosses, or can hit Akasha or Hagen or Veil or whoever, okay, you're pursuing. So it's very important that you have skill cooldowns, okay, for this skill build. Now the other roles is First Aid. First Aid grants you HP recovery for 10 seconds when only you're under attack, okay? I see a couple of clerics use First Aid when they're outside the battle. So, you see, to effectively pull off First Aid, you need to be in the battle, okay? And then you charge up First Aid, you buff First Aid. So the moment that, the monsters or the people slap on your face or hit you with something, even for just one damage, it heals you for 2,435. Now this is different from the attack roll. The aura restoration, however, is different. This is way better, because for this, this actually heals you even if nobody's hitting you, okay? The differentiator here is that the First Aid skill basically heals you only if someone hits you, all right? And that's a huge difference. And of course, block. This will give the cleric a chance to block the attacks from the monsters. This block roll skill is very useful when it comes to mobbing. So if you got the boss sometimes summons mobs, and block and First Aid all together combined is a pretty good combination, so that you can continue your tanking. You can purely tank. And worst case scenario, if worst comes to worst, you pull on your immortality. Now let me talk about the second immortality, as I mentioned to you earlier, on the defensive roll, okay? And it's here. So it's actually in the ultimate. So if you pull off Divine Avatar and you're on the defensive roll, okay, it actually grants you 5.45 seconds of additional immortality or invincibility, okay? So you pop Divine Avatar, boom, you're immortal for 5.45 seconds. And then once that cools off, then you pop Immortality Bless for another 6.6 seconds of Immortality. That's a total of 12 seconds of undying pitching and undying tank. Okay, so which makes Clerics really good tank. So you pop Divine Avatar, boom, it triggers Immortality for 5.45, and then you pop Immortality Bless, boom, another Immortality. And worst case scenario, if they're still bugging you, use block and use first aid. Now the passive skills that I use for this one is Miracle Healing, okay, so that when your HP falls below 10%, you take less damage. Again, the reason why I do defensive role for PvE is to make sure that, you know, I'm a very efficient tanker, that I tank, okay? So another thing is auto block. This is on top of the block roll skill. When you activate this, it gives you defense and HP plus. This one is different because auto block really blocks the attack, okay? And this passive skill has saved me several times when it comes to dungeons or dark nest. When you block a critical hit, then it's a block, okay? So which makes us really, really tanky. And last but not least is the Divine Vengeance. Excuse me. So Divine Vengeance increases your threat by 10% when using skills. As I've said, as a tank, one of your main job, one of the main roles that you have during dungeon raids and nests is to make sure that all the aggro goes to you, okay? So for skill combo with the weapon, okay, when you're in the defensive role, I still have the same concept because if you think that the monster is charging or something like that, I switch to the hammer and then pop them up with my skills, okay? But when I'm on the defensive role and we're on PvE, I normally just use my wand, which is my sub weapon, okay? Because it offers a lot of defense on the defensive role. One of my favorite is this. Lightning Relic grants you super armor, okay? And you can use this on PvP too. It's really up to you, okay? So when people come at you or when monsters come at you, you drop this baby. You drop this baby, and then it gives you super armor for 5.5 seconds. What it means is that it actually boosts your armor 20 to 30% according to the forums that I've read. So which is super armor. And then of course Lightning Bolt stuns the mobs or the monsters in case they really come at you. And Holy Burst, attack of target is reduced so that they can give you less damage. So my combo really is that when we're mobbing or when we're running raids, so my first combo is drop the Lightning Relic, okay, Lightning Bolt, and then Holy Burst, or drop Lightning Relic, Holy Burst, and then Lightning Bolt, and I just, you know, I just cycle these skills, okay? I don't normally switch to hammer if we are tanking or if I'm tanking. If I'm tanking, I'm using the wand. And besides, for the spirit, when we're doing PvE, I like to use Hagen better than Akasha. As you can see, I don't have Veil yet because I haven't had time to level up this character yet. So I'd like to use Hagen. Why? Because all of my skills and roles are already defensive for PvE. So a little damage on the spirit wouldn't be bad, right? So for PvP, however, I switched to Akasha, wherein I get a lot of resist. My Akasha's level 6 right now. Haven't had time. I'm planning to up my Akasha this week, maybe possibly to level 10. It's just that it's really low. But anyway, so I use Hagen for PvE, roll skills. I use these three, and I use my wands when tanking or doing PvE. Okay, so let me show you my combo here again. So drop the relic, boom, there, and then chain leg. Yeah, the lightning strike. Okay, so one trick that I want to give you though, just in case things really get tight for you on the run or on the mob, okay, is your ultimate. Don't forget to swap, and then don't forget to trigger Divine Avatar, as it offers you immortality. Okay, so don't use this ultimate unless you're really on the up end of the battle. Okay, so especially if you're on defensive mode. So if you pop Divine Avatar, let me show you here. I'm on defensive mode, and then I switch. I pop Divine Avatar. Boom. See? I'm invincible. You see that green thing? So this is my buff here, see? And it disappears after 5 seconds. Invincibility is there, and it's for real, bro. Okay, oh boy. Okay, so now I have super armor. Let me try and drop the stick here. Boom, see? There's the super armor. And I'll also have super armor when I do this. So that's an up on your defense, 20-30% on your defense as a cleric. Okay, so well, I hope this video has been very useful for you, and I'm hoping to make more videos specifically. Shout out to the people here who's been my personal fan. Christ Adventist is my fan. You know, I'm doing this video because of Christ told me to do so. So anyway, shout out to the Berlin server, Kifu. Shout out to everyone who subscribed. You know, Michwa also, who's been really hammering the grind. We've got a lot of level 70 people already here. So yeah, well, congrats guys, and hopefully I can follow you soon if I really find the time. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification button so that you won't miss a thing for my videos. That's it for now. Ciao. See you in the next video. Bye.